I say thank you for the music. Quieter. For giving it to me. Makes it more moving. So this is episode 14, Glyn.
Episode 14.
Yeah, which basically, if we were talking like weeks, if each podcast was a day, we'd now be into our first fortnight.
Wow,
which is impressive.
That's impressive. That's a lot of episodes, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a heck of a lot. Particularly things like the first few that we spread out about 5 in the space of a year, whereas now we do it every month. So well done us. You've had a song in your head this evening, haven't you?
Is it the one that I was just saying? She drives me crazy.
Fine Young Cannibals. Is there any reason? A bit of David Bowie you threw in then, which was nice.
That small town. I don't know if I can't remember the words. I just
can't help myself.
Anyway, it's Fine Young Cannibals?
Yeah. My dad owns Fine Young Cannibals' Greatest Hits album, which I imagine is just that song 12 times.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember anything else the Fine Young Cannibals.
It's a very 80s song, isn't it?
It's very 80s.
Yeah.
But my dad liked it enough to buy an album.
Brilliant.
What can you say about that? On tonight's podcast, we have interviews with Ed Gamble and David Trent, which is good. We're pleased with that because obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about.
We had a good time. We had a good time interviewing these people.
We certainly did. Now, first up, we're going to start with Ed Gamble, who this was his first appearance at Mostly Comedy Tonight. He's one half of Peacock and Gamble, and also they do their podcast, which he'll tell you about in a moment.
Yeah.
So here we have Ed Gamble.
So here we are with Ed Gamble.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
No problem.
Can I just start by apologising for the picture we used on our poster?
It made me laugh so much. Did you do it deliberately?
No. Do you know what it was? I googled your face.
Yeah.
And there was a variety of images, and that just for me it suited what we were doing because it had the mic.
Right. Okay.
And I hadn't seen
David's
you.
photo is a live photo. So
That's all right. To make sense of it, David Trent's photo on the poster for tonight's show was a live photo with him with a microphone. Yeah. So I wanted to kind of match that, and the only one I could find was that one.
Yeah.
And
it was only pre me losing 6 stone in weight.
And it's only now when I see Ed, I'm so aware of how different you look.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. And also that you picked a particular photo where I was obviously having a very bad day. Like, I didn't look like that 100% of the time then. Like, I've got wild hair. I'm obviously really tired.
Yeah.
What I thought was that you somehow David Trent had a hand in it, because that would be the sort of thing that he'd do. He'd say, use this picture of Ed. It'll be funny.
No,
we just like to lower your status before you get here, really.
Well, it's fine because I talk about it in the show, obviously, that I've changed quite a lot in the last 2 years. That's kind of what the show's about. So it's perfect. If someone's picked up a flyer and said, "Oh, I'll go and see this guy," they're going to get a shot when I walk on, and I'm straight in, into the show, no faffing.
And presumably, if it doesn't work out for you, you can just say that it was a different guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Replace him. I'm doing a character act based on him.
Yeah.
Did you go to university in Durham?
I did. Yeah.
And was that where you met Nish?
Yes, it was. Me and Nish were in a sketch group together.
Right.
At university.
So that answers the question how you started to get into comedy then. Was that...
Yeah, I started as soon as I got to uni. In my first year, I started doing sketch comedy with the Durham Review.
Right.
And the way that works is they sort of took new people on every year. They auditioned for the gaps of the people who graduated. So the year after I started, we auditioned people, and Nish Kumar, another stand-up comedian, who's very good and frequents your club, I believe, and also is now my flatmate. He auditioned to be part of the Durham Review, and I took pity on him.
As everyone has since.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah.
So did you go to uni intending to do comedy, or was it an accidental?
Kind of. I think I had it in the back of my mind that I was going to do it, because I actually did an interview to go to Cambridge, right? Because I wanted to do Cambridge Footlights, right? Forgetting that you need to be quite intelligent to get into Cambridge and also have some kind of a major interest in your subject.
Yeah.
And presumably quite well off as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's that aspect of it as well. But it's mainly intelligence based, I would say. And I studied philosophy and I quite enjoyed it, but at no point had I done enough reading to be even considered to get into Cambridge. So I think I was reading some sort of dummy's guide to philosophy. I thought if I scrape through the interview, I can go and be in Footlights, but it wasn't to be.
Right.
Which is, I think, lucky. I think it's worked out well.
Philosophy's lost.
You've been holding that for so long. You did so
literally,
well.
wait. If I just cough over here for a second.
Also, I know the fact you're sitting on a very squeaky chair and you're trying very hard not to move.
Doing nothing.
And now you're putting stuff down. You're just creating all kinds of noise. Having a little drink.
Let me have a little drink. I'm having a little cry as well. It's all going on.
I'll just make a little announcement. And Glyn Doggett died during the recording of this podcast. You're all right. You're okay. Do you need to phone anyone?
Little tears coming out.
Okay, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. So, what made you do comedy then? What was the thing? Is it something you'd always wanted to do when you grew up, or was it
Yeah, I think it's something I always enjoyed watching.
Yeah.
Since I was about, since I was about 12 or 13, really.
Yeah.
I don't think I sort of connected that with it being something that you could do until I saw like sort of student sketch groups and then getting to Durham and thinking I might try and get into this group and going to see them and stuff. I never, to be honest, like even throughout university, I just considered it as a hobby, a way to distract myself from my course and sort of threw myself into it.
Yeah. And
I only really thought about it as a career option after I started getting paid gigs, really.
Right.
I think I don't think I ever thought about another career that I could do. I think I just blindly stumbled out of university and thought, well, I'll just get a job and keep doing comedy for a bit and see what happens.
Yeah.
Right.
And here we are.
Yeah. And it's quite a common thing, really, isn't it? Because obviously there's so many comedians and sketch actors who've started out in, like you say, Cambridge Footlights and all of that. People like Python and the Goodies and all that sort of thing. So it's a usual thing.
I find it fascinating, really, because we both went to drama school, so our sort of route from when we left school was to go down that kind of performing route. Yeah. So I always find it fascinating that the way of kind of going to university to study something that isn't anything to do with performing. Yeah. But on the sideline doing the comedy or doing the the performing as a sort of side thing, but then making that your career. Yeah. I always find that fascinating.
It seems. It seemed to me like a bigger step to make in a sense, because if you've had not very much experience being on stage, say for example, and then you start doing comedy, that's quite a big change. From,
I think if it's just a hobby. When you're learning something else as well, and just a sideline and something you do to relax and something you enjoy, you never get a chance to resent it because no one's pushing you into doing it. Yeah. You're never thinking I've got to get up in the morning, I've got to do this, I'm not enjoying this. It's and that carries through, and that's useful for comedy because
it clearly works. That sort of path clearly works because you get obviously so many people that are doing really well at it. So
and a lot of people came from the sort of Durham area, didn't they? Because obviously there's Whit Tank as well. And
Whit Tank were in the same year as me and Nish at uni. And they all auditioned for the Durham Review. Okay. We didn't let them in.
I remember them. They told us this when we interviewed them for our podcast. I remember them saying this. None of them were.
I don't think they were bitter.
No,
I think they were all right.
No, I think they're doing all right, aren't they?
Doing quite well. And you're one half of a double act.
Yes.
Peacock and Gamble.
Yes.
Did that come through uni as well, or was it?
Kind of, in a weird way, because he's Ray Peacock is a lot older than me. I'd say a lot older.
Just to offend you.
He's a bit hairier, isn't he?
Yeah, a little bit hairier, a little bit shorter. Mm-hmm. I met him while I was doing stuff at uni. He came and compared a charity gig that we were running, and I met him through that, and then he asked me to be on his podcast, and we started doing stuff there, and that developed into a live double act and then back into a podcast, and now we're a radio show, and it's sort of
right. So it started with the podcast.
It started with the podcast, and then we did, because we originally did a podcast with another guy called Roger James, and then we did a live podcast, and that just sort of organically.
How long ago was that then? When the podcast started?
2007.
Because was that when podcasts were a bit more unusual? Yeah. They weren't the mainstream thing to do.
Very much basically it was Gervais had done one. In this country, certainly it was Gervais, and then it's us, really. Nice. In the there's maybe a couple more, I can't swear to that, but it was definitely us before Richard Herring, no matter what he said.
So we can't really call Richard Herring the podcast king then in this situation, because he's
done very well.
He's done very well now.
Yeah. We won the race.
Yeah. Wow.
Does what you do as a double act, does it differ a lot to what you do on your own as a solo stand-up? Or
I think what I do differs less than what Ray does. So I'm kind of the straight man in the podcast and mainly the double acts, because the podcast is ourselves. Then the double act is very much personas, like I'm a straight man and he's an idiot, because that is more interesting, having the man who's 12 years older than the other one being the child who I have to control.
Yes,
right.
Yeah. We're both idiots, obviously, in the strongest tradition of all sort of old school double acts. We're both idiots, but I'm less of an idiot than he is.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think my persona as a stand up is probably quite similar to my persona in the double act, whereas he's quite an alpha in his stand-up. Like, he's very much in control of the situation. He's he's knowledgeable. He's quite acerbic. Whereas in the double act, he is a man child.
Right.
But in his stand up, he can be silly, and he's got silly stories, but you feel like he's in control of what he's doing.
Did it feel like a big leap to go to doing a solo show? 'Cause it's your first hour,
yeah, it's the first hour, but I've been stand-up's how I've earned my money throughout all of this.
Right, okay.
So we've been doing the double act and doing podcasts and touring as the double act, but in between we're both doing stand-up all of the time. Yeah. So I've been doing stand-up for 7 years.
So this is your first time putting everything, well, not everything, but things you've been doing for that last 7 years together into one show.
Yeah, I mean it's probably stuff. The oldest stuff's probably only 3 years old.
Okay,
right. Because there's it's that first 3 or 4 years where I was just writing stuff and it was good at the time and it felt good and I was like, well, I'm probably doing the best stuff I'll ever do. Yeah. And that stuff is smouldering in a dustbin somewhere. So and quite a lot of the show, I'd say, and maybe 35-40% of the show is written in the last 6 or 7 months. Right. Because that feels like the right thing to do. I go dead behind the eyes when I'm doing old stuff.
I was going to say, because it still excites you.
Yeah, it keeps it fresh. Yeah. And I've got moments in the show where I know I can play around with them a little bit and have a little bit of fun and improvise every night. So.
Do you give each other a lot of feedback as separate entities? Or?
We haven't seen each other's shows as they are now.
Okay, right.
But we would, I think, if we're actually not previewing together for some reason. But I've seen a lot of his stuff because he's been putting that together for years, and it's like he headlines clubs and does like an hour and something, and pretty much does the show. And I know all that's brilliant. And he's seen a lot of the stuff anyway. It's just not seen the shape that it's in now. Yeah. Although neither have I don't think.
It'd probably be quite nice that you both get to see it at a time when it's ready as well. So you get
although we're on the same time in Edinburgh.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we clash in Edinburgh, which is a shame because it also splits our audience.
Popularity contest.
Yeah,
which one of you?
Yeah, which one of us is more popular?
Whereabouts are you on?
I'm on at the Pleasance Courtyard at 9:45, and Ray's on at the Underbelly Pasture at 9:25.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a slight time.
Well, you can watch 20
minutes. When they will leave en masse.
He front loads it anyway. The first 20 minutes is excellent, and then and then I take a good while to warm up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
so it works out really. Yeah. What do you enjoy most out of the two? Do you prefer working as the two or as on your own? Is it always just
They're
very
so
different?
Insanely different that like I like having the autonomy of the solo stuff and being able to say exactly what I want without him running around causing trouble, because he has a bit of a tendency to improvise and go off on one, and I'll be trying to rein him in, which is great. That's perfect within the personas, but I kind of like knowing exactly what I'm doing. But also it's difficult if you have bad gigs, and I'm sure I'm going to find this in Edinburgh. If we had bad gigs as the double act, we just piss about with each other, and you could always look over and see the other person going through exactly the same thing. I'm sure you guys have that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Whereas if you're by yourself, unless you've got someone in the audience to look to, it's pretty lonely.
We always say to the acts that come here that are on their own, I don't know how you do it, because we're so used to working together, really.
Yeah, even just sort of, I don't know, obviously you know a lot of other acts, but when you arrive to a venue on your own, and it's just nice to be a combined entity that experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, and you can go away and if good or bad, you can talk about it afterwards and kind of break it down, analyse it, whatever. But it's
or just both basically say, they were an awful audience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You've done quite a lot of supporting of other acts. You supported Russell Kane, didn't you? And
supported Russell Kane on a few. The main support I did was for Greg Davis, which I did 2 national tours for Greg.
Nice. What's it like playing to someone else's audience? Is it an easy gig or?
In the case of Greg's audience, easy.
Yeah.
Because he has I think the nicest audience of any touring comic that I've seen. Like,
right.
They're comedy savvy. A lot of them are quite young because of the in-betweeners.
Yeah, of course.
But then he's got a massively varied audience because he's done panel shows and now Man Down and things like that. So he's got a huge varied audience, but they're really comedy savvy.
Right.
And he's such a friendly sort of like person, and I think people take to him so much that he comes on the microphone before the show and says, "This is my friend who I booked to come and support me." So support him or whatever.
That's great, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, actually, what he says is I've paid him already. I couldn't give a shit whether you laugh or not. So
pretty helpful, but
But so they see like there's it's a bit of fun and that we're mates and stuff. And I don't think I've ever never had a terrible gig supporting him. On the whole, they're absolutely amazing. So
how did it come about then? Is it just because you know him, just because you're
just
mates,
from the circuit? Yeah, just met him on the circuit, and then we share a manager as well.
Oh right.
But we'd gig together, and I went to my manager and asked if Greg was having support on his tour, because I'd really like to do it, and my manager came back to me and said that Greg had already asked about me doing support on his tour.
Excellent.
Nice.
So it worked out quite nicely. I think I've supported him probably 90 times.
Wow.
More than that, yeah.
Do you find it very different playing very big rooms, obviously like number one theatres, and to playing a club gig? Is it easier? Is it harder?
It's not. It's just it's a completely different skill. It feels completely different. Like you can take your time in a theatre, in a big theatre, and just let everything roll a little bit more. Yeah. And I was doing banter in theatres and stuff as well, and they love that. If you break the fourth wall in a theatre, that's kind of feels a bit weird to them, and it sets them on edge for a minute, but then you can really use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
And you can just take your time with it. Whereas I think playing small rooms, it's a completely different thing. Playing small, weird rooms, but when you crack that, that's as good a feeling as cracking a big theatre gig. I think.
Yeah,
and it makes playing a big theatre easier, I think, doesn't it? Because it's a harder job, I think, to play a small room, because you've got to be more connected with what's going on. And
you can see the whites of people's eyes in a small room.
Yeah.
So you have that real. If it's going well, it's great because you can see that they're enjoying it. If it's not going well, you can see that really clearly.
Yeah.
In a bigger space, I know even just with doing like plays and things in bigger theatres, you can't see the audience really most of the time. So you can sort of sit back on it a little bit and relax a little bit more in a strange way.
You can kind of play it as a numbers game in a big theatre. Like if there's say, so the biggest one I did for Greg was the Apollo. So that's 3,500 people. So obviously I was absolutely crapping myself before we went on. But you can't see anyone.
Yeah.
No.
But if you get half those people laughing, you're having an absolutely brilliant gig.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So as long as you just do it as you do it, and just enjoy it. And but the weird rooms when you can actually see. Like I did a preview last night in Blackheath, and they were lovely. They were really nice, but you can see everyone.
Yeah.
So I can hear that maybe 90% of the audience are really enjoying it, but I can see that 10% who aren't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I can see a man falling asleep.
Yeah.
And I can see a lady really laughing and her husband looking like he wants to kill me.
Yeah.
You can see all of that, which I think is something I'm still learning, and I think I'm going to have to learn for Edinburgh, especially being on stage for that long a time.
Yeah.
You really have to learn to block that out and blur those faces out and sort of do it to the back almost, but still look like you're connected to them.
Yeah, that is a talent, I think. Definitely something that.
But I think that applies to anything, because I've always found when I play bigger theatres, and I've not really done stand-up in bigger theatres, but on lots of shows and stuff, you always focus on the one person sat at the front whose arms folded.
If you can
and
see
miserable.
them and they're not enjoying it, then you end up focusing.
But even in like a small venue, you get the sort of pity laugh as well, because if an audience feels uncomfortable because they're a small venue, it can get a bit sort of. Yeah. It's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't really get a very fair representation of how your show's going as a show if you're playing in a small room.
No,
I'd say
no.
I think that's how you set it up at the top as well. You just I think if you're relaxed, then you don't. The worst thing is, and I've been guilty of this in the past, but I really try and not do it now, is getting angry with the audience that's there because of the people that aren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Like they've done exactly the right thing.
Yeah.
They're just in the minority, so you should be extra grateful to them.
And it is a skill of going on and imagining there's still a massive audience, even if there's a small audience. Because some of our best gigs have been 4 people in the room or something. And they come out and they go, "It was really great," because they don't care most of the time that they're only 4 in the room.
Also, they've all paid to be there, and for them it's like a treat. Because you sometimes forget when you're in a show that's a long-running show that people have spent their sort of hard-earned money to come out and have a good time.
And an hour of their time. Like, that is a lot in a day, isn't it? Like, an hour to sit in a dark room and watch someone, that's a compliment that someone's there. So you sort of, you owe them to put on a half-decent performance, whether you're in a bad mood or not. But I'm not saying I've not done that in the past. I've been guilty of that so many times. It's just something to hold in mind, I think.
Yeah, and I think everyone's done that. I think we've definitely done that.
But it must have been really good for you for experience to play those, just to get you match fit, really, to play big theatres and keep playing
it's
and
amazing.
Stuff and confidence.
And that is that's a treat for me as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people thought it would be, they were saying that they would worry about that sort of gig, that it'd be quite high pressure, because there's a lot of people, they're not expecting you, because then people never expect to support.
Yeah.
But I saw it as the opposite, that it's completely low pressure. So if you do anything well, or if they enjoy you at all, then you've already got one up on them, because they weren't expecting anything. They're sat there waiting for Greg to come on.
You can only surprise them in a good way. You can't
exactly.
Really,
For the same token, if you have like an act that you want to see, sometimes it's a bit of a pressure to enjoy them as well. So with some of the bigger acts we've had here, a lot of the ones go, "Oh, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I wanted to," partly because they sort of built up in their mind what they're going to see. Whereas
and
it's like a welcome surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people like coming out of somewhere and going, "Oh, I'd never seen him before," and I found something new.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So what's up for you next after obviously Edinburgh?
Edinburgh is the only thing playing on my mind right now, and then straight after Edinburgh, I don't actually know. I mean, it'll just be gigging. Yeah. Just be trying to basically dumping all that stuff and then trying to write for next year.
You, did I hear from someone you're doing a series in America?
Yeah, so that's all filmed. That's going out in America at the moment.
What's that then?
It's called Almost Royal. So me and Amy Hoggett, I don't know if you know Amy. Who did a character called Patty Brewster on the circuit.
One half of, was it
Christmas for Two?
Yes.
With Sarah Campbell, we went around the States for about... We did it in 2 blocks, but it was collectively for about 2.5 months. Pretending to be 50th and 51st in line to the throne. And we filmed it like a documentary and went and met loads of different people so we did 7 episodes, 7 different cities, and did loads of different activities and met loads of different people like we were doing a royal tour, and they thought we were minor royals. And it's sort of a Borat style thing, but friendlier version. Yeah.
And is that airing at the moment?
That's airing in the States at the moment on BBC America. So I think they're 4 episodes in, so there's 3 left.
They've really got this obsession with royal things,
yeah,
like that Harry. I
want to marry
seen
Harry,
any of that
which I've seen a very small clip of, because when we were doing press stuff for our show, they wanted us to talk about it and sort of looked at our characters to look down on it a bit.
Right.
But that's more of a sort of schlocky dating show. Type thing, which has actually been cancelled halfway through.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, well, they're showing it in the UK though.
But they're showing the whole thing.
Yeah.
So they're not cancelling it halfway.
Oh, so it's carrying on.
They carried it on. Yeah, so they shot it all, and then they've only showed some.
If only the girls had read the title.
It's got Harry in inverted commas. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's like when you watch it, and actually, I've read a lot of the stuff about how they made it, and you actually can start to believe how they would believe it was him.
Because the way they very far away a lot of the time, right?
Very far away. Yeah.
Tracy
and they all got really bad eyesight. So
it's all short-sighted women. They got no, I mean it's obviously very different to that. But what was quite nice is it felt zeitgeisty. The show felt like it was like a lot of people wrote articles where they lumped it all in together. But that's quite useful for us because otherwise we might not have got an article.
Yeah.
So it felt like it came at the right time. But I think people have taken it the right way in America. But it's since been bought by E4, so it'll be on over here in the autumn.
Right, brilliant.
So we'll see how people enjoy it over here.
The English people love watching the Americans believing stuff, don't they?
Yeah, I mean some of the Americans still believe it. I get tweets and I see tweets of people going, just found out they're not real. Can't believe it. Even though all the press for the show was like, these are improv actors going around.
God.
Yeah.
But what happens to those Americans that have sort of fallen for it? Are they then asked afterwards whether they're happy for themselves to be used on TV?
Well,
kind of believing this thing, or when they
they sign releases anyway.
Oh, okay. So whatever.
So we could use it whatever.
Oh, okay.
But the way they did it was we went in, shot the scenes or whatever. We got bundled into a van.
Yeah.
Someone from the production team goes back in to actually get. They changed the way they did it halfway through, but they got the release then and said, obviously, that was obviously you probably tweeted, I'm sure. That they weren't real. It was just joking. There's all good fun and stuff.
Yeah.
So the way they did it was appealing to the person sort of believed intelligence. So at that point, if they went, no, I didn't realise. I go,
yeah. So they
were very put you on side.
Yeah. But it's a fascinating thing because I always watch them and think, how did they give permission for themselves to look stupid on TV? But I suppose it's the way they're told.
The way we did it, they very rarely look stupid.
Oh, okay.
It's us who look stupid. So our characters are incredibly dim-witted and proper, like, idiotic posh people with this whole posh, weird backstory that we tried to get in at every opportunity. And it's all about our characters and they're the minor players with the strange reactions from America, rather than us going, aren't Americans stupid? We're going, aren't our characters stupid? It's not even aren't British people stupid, it's aren't these particular characters that we created idiotic, So I think most people were happy with it because they didn't look like fools at all.
Yeah. Well, we probably should end there.
We should. It's that time.
Thanks for talking to us, Ed.
Great, thank you very much.
So that was Ed Gamble.
Bloody was and all.
Yeah.
And as I say, it was his first Mostly Comedy appearance. It was nice to see him. We've heard a lot about him, so it's nice to see him the first time. Yeah. I've got a new pad, Glyn.
A new pad?
A new ideas pad.
Is this? I was going to say, this is the pad that you write everything down in.
Yeah. So my ideas pad is now full, which either means that's it now. I don't need to have any more ideas. So I bought a new one that's identical. But the downside is, though, I'm now going to have to carry both of them. because you
can't, you don't just, those ideas don't just disappear when the pad is finished.
No, exactly.
There's
because
still ideas.
this has like set lists and things for shows, so I'm going to need this in future. But I've got a new pad. Not really very interesting. Just thought I'd tell you. What you need to do
is move into the 21st century like I am.
Yeah.
And everything is on my iPhone, so I have notes. Everything is on my iPhone. Look at that. Look at those notes.
Yeah.
Look how many notes
I do that as well, to be fair. And
okay.
actually, since I use Evernote a lot more and use my BlackBerry, I tend to use this pad a lot less.
Look at all these different makes of different things. There's different services that we use.
Tech savvy.
BlackBerries. It leads quite nicely onto what David Trent's just about to talk about.
It does. It's like a little prelude to what he's about to talk, and that's a good word for me to use at what is now just gone 2 a.m. I was going to say 2 a.m. in the morning then, not to be confused with 2 a.m. in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Next up, we have David Trent, as Glyn just said. He played, as we say in the interview, the second ever Mostly Comedy, and he's been an act we've had through the years. We didn't mention it tonight, but his first ever Edinburgh run, which was a one night only run, was us, wasn't it? We ran Mostly Comedy in the Counting House in Edinburgh, and we had his first Edinburgh run. His second Edinburgh run, which is proper full length one, he was nominated Foster's Comedy Award.
He was.
Whereas what are we doing now?
We are we're running a Mostly Comedy night in Hitchin,
which in its own way is very successful.
It's very successful. We not won any awards for it, but
no,
we award ourselves.
I got Most Promising Student, and you got Student of the Year.
Student of the Year. So we won an award.
And I was Best North Hearts finalist in the Hearts Music Awards '98, and also Best Band in Hertfordshire. Not on my own.
Just your one man band.
Yeah, I was that good that I was the best band in Hertfordshire.
One of those one man thing with the harmonica and the thing on your back.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more of a sort of personality disorder thing. I just think I'm a lot of people. And one of them's black. So now we have David Trent. So enjoy.
We're here now with David Trent.
Certainly are. And we're just talking about your last preview.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good.
We'll skip it. Anyway, what we want to say to you, last month we had James Acaster here.
Bad luck.
I know. What can you do, though? We'd agreed to it
a
good year ago.
No, it's what happens.
And we were discussing his first ever Mostly Comedy appearance, which was also your one, which was the second ever gig we did, and that was the Mad John night.
Yeah, man. What did he say about it?
He said about how at the time he did what he thought was the right thing to do, which was completely lay into him, and then he'd often afterwards talk to you in the car and say, I shouldn't have done that, should I? And you said, no, you shouldn't have done that.
That's not true at all.
Is it not?
No, what happened was I thought it over, and then I said to him, you shouldn't have done that.
Right.
But at the time I thought it was absolutely the right thing to do.
Yeah.
I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And then I got home and I thought, that guy just needs someone to care for him, and someone to love him, and he shouldn't have even been in that situation, should he? And and in that situation, it's hard. I'm sorry, I'm snapping on my phone cover.
We'll do audio description.
But
David is snapping on his phone.
He's broken his phone. Have you had that for a week?
It's just like when you're working proper radio, guys. A lot of the time,
I own a proper radio.
What is this?
They'll say to you, "Can you stop wiggling in your chair? Can you stop snapping your phone cover like that? Because it picks up."
Yeah.
I'm so gutted about the button on my phone. I dropped my phone this morning as I.
Right.
So
the button's gone as well.
So
you've got
the sole button on it as well.
Right. Okay. Feel the button. They're just testing the button out. Push it.
Yeah.
I want to feel the button.
Yeah, but
what's it supposed to feel like?
Like a button.
It does feel like a button.
It does move in and out.
I know from my experience with these phones in the past.
What is it?
I can't tell you what it is. Oh. They're not paying me to advertise them. But I know that with these phones, even if they were paying me,
they might pay you if you'd say who it was.
I wouldn't accept it because I'm not that kind of guy.
No.
But they rhyme with bang bung, and anyway. Look, this isn't very good for the listener.
No. Anyway, we should continue. So Mad John.
I just thought he should be looked after by someone, and we weren't really the people to be looking after him.
No.
And we were also quite in that period of time. I didn't know what to do, and I believe that you have video footage of me.
We do.
The only footage that's online of me is that and the Chortle Fast Fringe, and it's just me looking very confused and trying to do my best and doing a bit of banter, but just not knowing what to do because. The most exciting thing on earth is a man being challenged physically by another man, right? And there's no way that what you can do will ever compete with that man being challenged by another man. So I just sort of stood and watched. And that is still my technique to this day, if that is happening. Because you can't talk over someone getting chucked out.
No.
Or someone getting told off. It's not interesting. You're not as interesting as that.
No, which is a fair point.
So thanks for letting him in, guys.
No, that's all right.
He's coming.
We thought we'd keep him going. It was a learning thing for all of us. We were all kind of I had no idea. I was terrified, basically.
Yeah, you still are, though.
I'm still terrified if people do that, even now. But
wasn't it the second one?
Yes, it was.
Well, our second ever one. Second time we'd ever done any proper type of sort of stand-up.
It's the first time we used a projector, actually, that night.
It was, yeah.
Out of interest, how early was that in your sort of stand-up experience?
I've been going for about 10 years.
Really?
I reckon it was 2 or 3 years. Can you remember when it was?
2008.
I'm not winking at you. I've got something in my
October,
eye.
November 2008?
2008. 2 years then.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be 2 years in.
Because I seem to remember Leon saying to us that Leon from Spandex Ballet had seen you...
Legend.
Yes, that he is. Who never comes to Mostly Comedy anymore.
No, we don't ever see him anymore.
No.
He lives in Bedfordshire now.
Well, he's probably, he's probably plaster of Paris himself too.
This is true.
Something.
The best story ever. I love that. Love that story. The whole eyebrow losing.
Yes, Spanish. We should explain. Spandex Ballet were making a video for one of their songs, which involved a prosthetic face that Chris had to wear.
Yes.
But for some reason, Leon was
I
the
don't
one
really
who had
get
to
that.
try it out, and then I shouldn't laugh. Basically, got plaster of Paris covering his face entirely
They
apart
forgot
from his
to put
eyes.
whatever it is you have to put on first to stop it from sticking to your face. They forgot
Butter
to
or
put
something.
butter or flour or something. Forgot to put that on, so basically it all stuck to his face, and every single hair on his face had to be plucked out.
He had to go to A&E to have this
Yeah.
thing removed from his face.
It's probably the best blog post I've ever read in my life.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and at no point. It's at the end of it when he thanks the doctors and he's just an amazing guy. Such an idiot. I mean, no one should have done that.
No.
And it's when they walk in and they take one look at him and they all piss themselves laughing at what he's done. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Miss that guy.
Oh, but he said that he saw a gig. He recognised you when you'd done one of the first couple of Mostly Comedies here. I remembered seeing you at a pub in Stevenage, maybe doing an open mic night or something.
I did a pub in Stevenage where I walked on, did 2 lines and walked off again.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that was a shit night.
Stevenage.
It's not Stevenage, no, it's the organisers, right? It's
right.
I think, I grew up round here, Stevenage.
Yeah, I grew up in Stevenage, so
you're from Stevenage, aren't you?
Well, Welwyn Garden City.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Which is where you're from as well.
Yeah, Welwyn Garden City, yeah.
Where are you from?
Hitchin.
Bad luck, mate.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
Sorry.
Do you know Glen Ray Jewellers?
Yes.
Yeah, so do I. I used to work there.
Did you?
Saturday Boy.
Oh, really?
It's owned by Raymond Cohen, member of the Welwyn Garden City Jewish community. So, and Mum used to work there, and I'd go in on a Saturday and help out.
There you go.
Wow.
So what made you make the change from Saturday jeweller to comedian? Was it?
Was it straight from one to the other?
No, I still do a lot of work in jewellery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and most of my spare time is spent just touching jewels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that euphemistic or
buffing them up?
Right.
I'm talking about wanking.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Talking about my testicles. Oh God.
What were we saying?
I can't even remember. Oh wait, you did a gig in Stevenage.
Basically, what you're doing is you're taking me through some of the worst moments of my career.
We like to do
right?
this just before you do an hour-long show.
Just before I do an hour, of a hastily thrown together thing, yeah.
But we do it with both acts, to be fair, because also with Ed, we used a picture of him looking much unlike he does.
And
that was great.
He actually thought it was you that had suggested that picture. He said it's the sort of thing Trent would do.
So we said yes, that was the case.
Yeah.
That's unfair. It's a great picture. I love it so much. Why did you choose that photo?
There was a reason. It had because we had a picture of you with a mic, and I wanted a picture of him with a mic. That was the only picture I could find.
So
of
basically,
him.
you looked at the mic and nothing else.
And nothing else. Yeah, the picture of him, I sort of
But maybe you could have rather than use the picture of me that you guys have taken.
Yeah.
Copyright free though.
That's it. That's the thing. You got no issues.
All of my photos are copyright.
It's a good photo as well, though.
For you to use it.
I think it's a
I
really
pay
good
a lot
photo.
of money to my photographer.
Do you? Whereas I just marry mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
well,
in-house.
it is a good photo. It is a good photo, and I like the way it looked in the comment. It's a shame not more people.
They appreciated the photo, just not the
I
idea.
also like
Just
the fact
didn't
that
want to see
they
the act.
slightly photoshopped around the piece of paper. Do you notice that? They've really gone through.
They did
not that well, but they've
Well,
done
the thing is, it's white on white. You Photoshop
Yeah.
white and put it in front of white.
Yeah.
How are you going to do that? You might as well just remove the card entirely. You're going to have some black around it for even to look like
True,
a card.
but it was bitty. It was bitty.
Don't diss them.
There was no line
because they had no choice.
True.
What made you go into comedy? What was the reason that?
I just wanted to get the opportunity to do, I always wanted to sit in a room where there was loads of photos of women's cleavage.
This is where we're sat now, just in case you're wondering.
And then there was lots of books about Oscar Wilde and Leslie Halliwell and things
Thing
like
is,
that.
though, when you first met
I've
us...
achieved it.
When you first met us, we already had access to this room, so you
Yeah.
could have
Right.
just asked us
Well,
to bring you up here.
I could have skipped a few stages.
Yeah.
The story that I tell people, right?
Mm-hmm.
The official moment was when I haven't actually told anyone this. I handed in a piece of work on a creative writing course, and the guy said, "It's all dialogue," and I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why haven't you written any description?" I said, "I don't like description." And he said, "Well, what sort of writer are you going to be then?" And then I thought, right, I'm not going to do writing anymore. I'll do comedy instead. I'll go on a comedy course. And so I did that as a little hobby instead. And this is what sort of writer I am, mate. I'm the sort of writer that can pull 20 people on a Thursday night in Hitchin.
Which, believe me, in Hitchin is a good thing.
Yeah.
And this guy, I can't even remember his name.
But where is he now? And
he's
where
playing
are you now?
next month's mostly comedy, and we've sold out.
Yeah,
so
isn't that guy's name? It's Lee Mack.
Yeah. How early on into your stand-up career did you start using the projector?
Was it at our gig?
No, it wasn't at your gig.
I was hoping that would be the story. That would be a good story for us.
I did when I suppose it was 2 or 3 years.
Right.
When I was at the first time I did your gig, I was using the flip chart.
Yeah.
I remember you telling us off for not telling you that we had a projector on that first gig.
Oh, right.
So you probably were doing it.
I think I was just moving into it.
Yeah.
And I had all those photos on a laptop, and I can remember going down to a gig, and I was going to stand there with the laptop and see if I could just press forward. And then that gig got cancelled, so I put it off for another year.
Right.
It's very foolish, because I would have been a year ahead of myself. But yeah, and then I suppose it was 2 or 3 years, and then I think it was, I can't really remember what was going on, but I just thought I thought I was going to give it all up. I was fed up, and I just threw everything onto a PowerPoint and took that down, because I just thought, fuck this, I'm just gonna go through these slides and I can't be bothered. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's really original." So I was like, "Oh, good. Okay, we'll do it that way then." And now I regret it every day of my life.
Yeah,
Really?
we do as well.
Is it like a rod for your own back then?
It's a rod for my own back. It's not really. It's good to focus on one thing and be able to do that thing to some sort of level of expertise. But it does just when you're turning up at gigs at 5 o'clock in the afternoon so you can set everything up. That's a pain in the arse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we've found with our stuff, we've been described as good researchers because people sometimes don't see the work and the writing that goes into something that you present. Because particularly with yours, because you do a lot of editing of video.
I don't get
stuff.
called.
You're Foster's nominee.
so.
We're good researchers.
I didn't say that, but it's.
You thought it.
It's.
I thought it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Why they call you good researchers?
Well,
You're clearly not good researchers.
No.
I mean, you've been doing the same Star Trek routine for 5 years.
We're actually doing that tonight.
You're doing that tonight. So
Twice.
You haven't done any more research since ever.
No.
So you're very late, very slow research.
We've had other things to do.
But have you got broadband, or is it just dial-up?
It's dial-up.
Yeah,
I'm just one connection.
Well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
We still save stuff on audio tape.
We
don't
do. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think people can be dicks about. I get tweets saying it was good, but you might as well have stayed at home and watched YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, you could have stayed at home and watched YouTube, and you would have watched the videos that I showed, and you wouldn't have laughed because the videos I use aren't inherently funny. That is cheating.
Yeah.
I've got something tonight on the BMP, and if you go and watch the BMP cookery show, it is a very boring half an hour, unless you are sitting on top of it and riding it like a motherfucker for every single funny thing. You're not going to watch it and laugh.
Yeah.
But when I show it to you, you are going to watch it and laugh.
Is that a threat? Or?
It's a boast, isn't it? It's a boast, let's face it. Yeah. But I hope, I mean, some people do, some people don't. Still gutted about this button, boys. I'm sorry.
Right. I really think you should have mentioned the name because you might have got. For saying that though, 20 people come to see it. We've got even less people listen to our podcast,
True.
So it's quite unlikely.
That someone works for that company.
Will we get?
Oh, I don't know for sure. We'd never seen the statistics.
Right.
Have a look at this.
So you described yourselves approximately 3 minutes ago as what?
Good researchers.
How many listens will your podcast get?
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't ever looked at the stats.
No, I've looked at them, but there's always said not enough reviews to justify. Which probably means there's not many people.
But we do have some good people. Phil Jesus, Richard Herring, and
so one day someone will hear them. And
when we're dead, we've decided we're the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of comedy.
Well, you don't. I've never seen you tweet a link to your podcast. I didn't know you had a podcast.
We do.
We
do it all the time.
You've asked me to record for the podcast in the past.
Yeah. But we didn't do it, did we?
No, we didn't do it. So I think it was because I was
not here.
My father-in-law had a fall. Somebody tweeted at me, "Where the fuck are you?"
Really?
I've come all the way from Luton to see this.
Right.
What the fuck's going on? And I tweeted back at him, "I'm very sorry, but unfortunately, my father-in-law had a fall. I would have liked to have come." And then I think he realised then. But I think that's good, isn't it? When people are, it's good that somebody did travel from Luton to see me.
Yeah.
It's good that he was passionate.
Yeah.
And it's good that he thought that I would just blow out your gig for no reason.
Yeah.
Especially one that is going to have lots of tickets sold because Richard Herring's on. And there's nothing I like better than going to see Richard Herring. Still, never mind, I'm on with Ed Gamble tonight.
Okay. It'll be good.
And some people may be coming tonight thinking Stuart Lee's on because we had to move him to September.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
No, they won't.
And if they are, they'll be angry, won't they, when they see that it's not him.
As long as they have that heckler
Who's
again,
supporting him in September, guys?
Us.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah. Actually, technically, because we're on second, we're like headliners due to an admin error.
He's supporting us.
Because I thought that he was doing this gig like when you booked me in. I told my mother-in-law,
"Oh, really?
I think I'm going to be supporting Stuart Lee." She was like, "I love Stuart Lee. I was going to bring her down and everything."
Well, if she doesn't listen to this podcast, then you can still tell her that.
Yeah,
if you want,
we could edit a special version.
Yeah.
Well,
we can make him say stuff about you when he comes in.
But then she'd want to know why I didn't bring her down.
Right. So it's fraught with awkwardness.
Yeah.
She wanted to come and she really wanted to see Stuart Lee.
Well, I mean, I could say she'd come next time, but we are sold out. So, but tonight she could still.
She can keep an eye on returns. We might get some returns.
Yeah, we might get some returns.
Right.
And on that note, I think we'll end there.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No worries.
Very welcome.
And you're welcome. You're welcome.
And if you ever need any research,
we can do it for you. If we want some research,
don't ask us because evidently we don't.
If I ever need, I am planning to go on holiday in about 7 years' time.
Okay.
If you could find somewhere for under £40.
Brilliant. We'll do
it. We'll do it.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Actually, singing this, we're gonna have to pay PRS.
I think we might have to now. Yeah.
Sorry.
Who was it? Who was it again?
Fine Young Cannibals. Mr. Fine Young Cannibal. It's quite a good way. It's like the acceptable side of cannibalism, isn't it? Fine
young cannibals.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about young. That sounds a bit sort of paedophilic. Anyway, so that was David Trent there.
Yes.
He obviously previewed his show tonight at Mostly Comedy, and it was great. It was really good. And it's nice to have him back. We've not had him here for about a year, I think. Something like that.
No, it was about this time last year. He previewed a show, not successful because he had quite a serious heckler. I don't know what a serious heckler is.
As opposed to a sort of jolly one.
But yeah, it was a heckler who just persisted and wouldn't shut up.
Yeah, because he was pissed, basically. By which I mean the heckler and not David Trent. David Trent, as far as I'm aware, doesn't have a problem with alcohol. No. So that was tonight's More Than Most Comedy podcast. The thing of note is that I get married next week.
That's a very important thing.
So next time we record a podcast,
you'll be a married man.
Yeah, I'll have a ring weighing down my finger.
Yeah.
Maybe less funny.
You will be less funny. It changes everything.
It does.
Marriage changes everything.
Your accent. Yeah. And your
you like the pitch of your voice.
Yeah. Does it?
Yeah.
Eye colour. Apparently it changes.
Hair colour. You get greyer.
Your hand of choice, that changes.
Does it?
Yeah, apparently so. Your feet, you know how you obviously have the big toes on the inside and the toes sort of go outwards.
Yeah.
A bit lower. That swaps.
Yeah.
You should know this, don't you?
Well, no, that is sort of happening at the moment.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And how long have you been married now?
Thing. It's been. I'm going to get this wrong now. I think it will be.
Should we cut in with a really sudden right answer?
Cut in with the right answer, so it won't look like I've at all thought about this. 2011, I got married. So
you could look up your own. I say you could look up your own Wikipedia page. You haven't got one of you, so
3 years this year.
Brilliant. Well done.
3 years this year,
and that wasn't an edit. That was in real time.
Yeah.
Also, what else does it change? It changes your sex.
Yeah.
Which is not I'm not being clever there. I just mean you change from man to a woman.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
And it changes. Everything changes, but you.
But you, yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, with a bit of luck, I might also be divorced in time for the next podcast, so I'll try and get it out of the way. Really.
You've got a month because we're not on in August, so
yeah. But also, you can annul a wedding, but I don't think you can divorce that quickly, can you?
Isn't annul an American thing, or is that an English?
No,
thing?
I think it's where you within days of it you can. I don't really know. I've not done it before.
Is it like a sort of under warranty thing?
I think so.
If you do it kind of within a year,
which is a bit like I bought some new headphones the other day, like little in-ear ones.
Yeah.
From Electronic Universe, which is a shop in Hitchin. Which the name sounds a lot more exciting than it really is.
It's not a Universe of Electronics.
No, it's a lie. In fact, it's got two names. It's called Catecture and Electronic Universe.
And it used to be called Tandy.
Did it? Was it a Tandy? That's a
Tandy.
proper electric
shop. It was a Tandy
shop.
Originally. Some people still call it Tandy, yeah.
Do they?
Some people. I can't tell you who these people are, but I know for a fact
there's definitely more than one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought these headphones and they've got a warranty with them.
Yeah.
90 days.
90 days?
That's nothing, is it?
What's
3
that?
months.
3 months?
3 months. That's pathetic.
Yeah.
You know, I could buy a banana. That probably wouldn't last 90 days. But yeah, so why was I telling you that?
Why would you even bother? So, a warranty. So you basically you get married. You have a year warranty.
Oh yeah.
Within which you can get.
Yeah, I go into Electronic Universe. Yeah, and I have a 90-day warranty basically. So if my wife is faulty or substandard, subpar, I can take it back.
That's good to know.
And swap it for another one.
Yeah.
With another 90-day warranty, and it just sort of rolls like that. So yeah, hopefully that'll all work out well. Obviously, it's going to be a bit like a sort of Yoko Ono situation. Once she's married, she's going to be sitting in on everything we do.
So the next podcast we do, there'll be a sort of every so often she'll just chirp in.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's going to happen. Then we're going to split up, and you're going to move to a farm in Scotland.
Yeah. And
I'm going to get shot. So that's what's going to happen. Look forward to that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
10 years from now, it should be, actually. So next month, well, we're not here next month if you listen to this in actual time, but we're back in September 2014 with Stuart Lee.
Yes, and us. So are we going to interview ourselves? Because that month we've got
Stuart Lee's going to interview us.
Is he?
That's what
We're just going to swap over.
Yeah, and the good thing is he's going on first because he needs to nip off. So we're on second. So basically we're headlining, but just purely... I think I said this in David Trent's interview. Purely just due to an administration error.
Yes.
So we don't like to pressure ourselves. Possibly the industry's the comedian who's sort of won BAFTAs and the Olivier Award.
Yeah.
And then us who are best North Arts finalist and student of the year. And that's about it. We did get a 2-star review though once in what was it in? I can't remember what it was now. The List or something.
Yeah.
But I like to take that to mean that we're just 2 stars.
We are.
Superstars.
If you look at it, it's one for each of us, and that's all you need, really.
That's all you need in life.
Yeah.
And stars are pretty big as well.
They are.
They're very big. I mean, you could fit one in, like a people carrier. Listen to our other podcasts. There's lots of them, as we say every time. We've got Phil Jupitus, Phil Kay, Richard Herring,
Sean Hughes.
We always say the same name.
I always say the same name.
Norman Lover. You always step in with Sean Hughes.
Yeah.
That's your one.
It's always one I remember.
Hattie Hayridge, Jay Foreman, Kevin Eldon. We won't list them all. Whit Tank, yeah.
There's a new one there. I threw that one in, didn't I?
That's good. Yeah, you've never said that one before.
No.
I feel a little bit disturbed by that. So do listen to them. Also follow us on Twitter at Doggett Ephgrave. Follow Glyn as well.
Wait a minute, hang on. Can I just check? Ooh. So there's no and in there?
No.
So it's just Doggett Ephgrave.
Have you ever been on our Twitter account?
No, I haven't.
I better stop. I can carry on posting on abuse. Yeah, no, it's at Doggett Ephgrave.
Excellent.
As I think is also the case if you go on our Facebook page.
See, maybe this is the reason why we haven't got many followers. People are always trying to search Doggett and Ephgrave, not finding it, and that's why we don't have anyone.
You keep telling yourself that, Glyn. I don't think that's the reason.
Doggett Ephgrave.
At Doggett Ephgrave. At Glyn Doggett as well, if you want to see what he's up to.
See what I'm up to.
What he's up to. And at David_Ephgrave.
David's a bit special. He's got an underscore.
Yeah, it's just to make a real feature of my two names. It's my middle name, underscore.
Have you got a tick to say you're officially that person?
No, but I can verify that I am.
Okay.
What I do is if anyone wants to see it, I scan my birth certificate.
That's good to
know. By which I mean I just read it very quickly and then read it out. Anyway, yeah, do listen to the podcast. Do follow us on Twitter. Do come to Mostly Comedy. Do all those things. Come and see us in London as well. We run at Leicester Square Theatre.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm a fucking idiot. And that's possibly the only swear in this podcast, so we might as well end there.
Why not?
Hopefully have you back. Listen to us very soon.
Bye.
Bye.